If you're looking for an affordable wearable breast pump, then stick around, as in this video I'm going to walk you through these 5 popular budget-friendly wearable breast pumps, including their features, pros and cons, so you can decide which is the best affordable wearable breast pump for you. So let's look at these 5 wearable breast pumps. First, you have the Trizet. Not sure exactly how to pronounce that, but we're going to go with it. Then you have the Mumcozy S9 Pro. Now this is the base model of the very popular Mumcozy wearable breast pumps. Next you have the MumMed S21. You have the very affordable Bella Baby W40, and then you have the Lumby. All right, so in terms of price, let's compare these pumps. The most affordable is your Bella Baby. This retails around $60. Then you have your Trizet. This retails around $70. And then the Mumcozy S9 Pro and the MumMed S21 both retail around $120, and then you have the most expensive in this list, and this is the Lumby at $145. Now I will pop my coupon codes in the comments because you can get a 15% off using the code PUMPINGMILK for the Mumcozy S9 Pro. That brings it down to about $100, and the MumMed S21, I have a code that will bring that down to about $90, and again I have 15% off on the Lumby and 10% off on the Bella Baby. So I will add those discount codes. Make sure to check them out if you're interested in one of these pumps. Now in terms of modes, all of these pumps vary. So your Trizet and the S9 Pro are the only ones with just the 2 modes. So that is your stimulation and your expression. These are the basic modes that you need to be pumping. A step up from that is your S21 and your Lumby. Now these have 3 modes. Their third mode is a mixed or a massage mode, and this is a combination of your shorter stimulation suctions, which are to initiate your letdown, and your longer expression modes, which are to help draw out your milk. So some people respond better to a combination of the short and longer suctions. Everybody is different, so it's a factor to consider based on your body and how you may respond. Next, you have the Bella Baby, which has a huge 4 modes. So you have your stimulation, your expression, there's the variation or mixed, and then they also have a depth mode. So this is more for your experienced pumpers, and it's a really deep, long suction to draw out your breast milk. Now in terms of suction levels for controlling your comfort and the depth of the suction force, all of these have 9 levels except for the MumMed S21, which has a huge 12 levels. Now 9 is really sufficient for ensuring your comfort and optimizing your suction. However, having the 12 just gives you that extra bit of control. So there is some benefit there. Now, in terms of suction strength, now these are all pretty powerful wearable breast pumps. The least powerful out of these is your Trizet. Now that's 245 millimeters of mercury, so it is the least powerful on this list. However, the next step up is your MumMed S21 and the Bella Baby. These both have a 280 millimeters of mercury, and then you've got your most powerful ones, which is your Mumcozy S9 and the Lumby, and these are a huge 300 millimeters of mercury. So these are both very powerful wearable breast pumps. In terms of noise, now I won't go through all of them, but I will point out these are all relatively quiet with the exception of your Loombi. This is under 60 dB, but in comparison to the most quiet, which is your Chisret, which is a 40 dB. So that's a 20 decibel of sound difference, which is quite a lot. The others are both within the range around the 45 to 50 decibels. So you will hear these when they are turned on. In terms of background noise, with the exception of the Loombi, you generally will not hear these if there's a bit of background noise. So they are still quite discreet. Now, one of the most important things for me when we put aside the suction strength and the different modes and levels is the battery. Now, we are buying a wearable breast pump assumably for the portability. So you want to be able to take these on the go with you, and part of that is your battery. And having a really long battery time is definitely a huge plus. Unfortunately, the Chisrets might be very quiet, but it also has a very low battery time. It's only 80 minutes, so that's only 4 20-minute pumping sessions on one charge. Now, that's okay, depending on how you want to use it, but it is not amazing. Put that in comparison to the S9 Pro, which has a whopping 180 minutes of battery usage time. So it's an extra 100 minutes. So that's 5 20-minute sessions more than the Chisret. So there is a huge difference in battery time. The others, the Mummed S21's 150 minutes, and both the Bella Baby and Loombi are 140 minutes. So they're very decent, but for me, the standout is definitely the Mumcozy S9 Pro in terms of battery usage. Now, they are all 2.5 hours recharge via USB, except for the Bella Baby, which is only 1.5 hours. So it is a bit quicker on the Bella Baby. In terms of capacity, they are all 6 ounces. In terms of size and discretion, now they are quite similar, but what you will find is with these 3 pumps, the pump motor sits on top of your pump. So when you are wearing this, you will have the pump motor sticking out the top. So it is a little bit less discreet than, say, your Mummed S21, which is actually quite a small wearable breast pump, and it's an all-in-one unit. So that will sit in your bra better without the top sticking out. Now, I'll put them side by side so you can see what I mean in terms of you'll have the top sticking out. The only one that is really quite large out of these is the Loombi. Now, you can see if I put that up together, it is quite a lot larger. It also is a bit thicker. What I do love, though, about these 2 pumps is that they've got a base on the bottom, so they will stand up, which is quite handy when you are removing these and dealing with your other breast pump. So that's the overview of these pumps. Now, I know I've gone through this quite quickly. The biggest question, which one would I choose? Now, out of these, I possibly would go all-rounder with the Mummed S21. Now, this comes with a bunch of accessories, so I really do love the extra inclusions, but in terms of you're getting the 3rd mode, you're getting the 12 suction levels, it's really quiet, and you're getting 150 minutes of battery usage. So it really is a great all-rounder. If I was to be using this as a regular part-time pumper, I would go for the S9 Pro. Again, Mumcozy's are really popular wearable breast pump brand. I love that this has the 180 minutes of usage time. For me, that is just a huge plus, especially when you're looking for a wearable breast pump on the go. If budget is extremely tight and I can't afford to stretch it any further, the Tourette's is really affordable. However, it does have the downside of a really limited battery usage time. So that is something to consider. You're trading off the affordability for functionality in terms of battery usage. The Bella Baby, again, this is a really affordable wearable breast pump. In terms of price, it's almost half the price of the Mumcozy S9 Pro. Now, on paper, this actually looks like a really great pump. You've got the 4 modes, the 9 levels. It's got decent suction, decent battery time. The downside on this wearable breast pump is that it only has a 400-hour motor life. So most of these are 500 plus. So this is a little bit limited in terms of overall long-term battery usage. So you will potentially need to replace this wearable breast pump depending on how often you are going to be pumping. It may only last you a few months. Again, it depends on how often you're pumping, but that is something to consider, that down the track you may have to replace this more often than you would with one of these other wearable breast pumps. And then the Lumby is probably my least favorite out of all of these, if I'm being completely honest. It is a great pump. There's nothing wrong with it. It is just loud, and it also is a little bit bigger. But the pluses for it is it does have the extra mode. It also comes with a ton of accessories such as your flange insert. So it's a great out-of-the-box pump. However, it's also the most expensive for this purpose. It will be my least preferred. So I hope this helps. Again, my 2 top picks are the MumMed S21 for an all-rounder or the S9 Pro for the extended battery life. Now, if you would like either of these pumps, make sure to check out the comments because I do have a discount code. You can get 25% off the MumMed S21 Pro with my code PUMPINGMILK, or 15% off the Mumcozy S9 Pro with, again, the code PUMPINGMILK. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please ask and I will do my very best to answer them. Cheers.